Hi, Chris. Today, I would like to ask you a couple of questions of how to become Dutch, how to adapt to a new culture, language, and people. We will discuss the 20 most important questions and answers on becoming Dutch in order to help newcomers to reveal their growth potential in a foreign country. So, in this interview, Chris Van from Vietnam will share some secrets of how to adapt to a new culture, language, job, and people. Let's start with introduction. If you don't mind, I will first tell something about myself.
Sure.
My name is Sarina, and I'm the owner of a translation agency and language school called Sarina Translations and Language School. I'm an officially sworn translator of Russian to Dutch and a teacher of English, Russian, Spanish, and I also teach Dutch as a second language. Originally, I'm a maritime engineer, and now I teach maritime English and business English in order to prepare you for job interview. Please, Chris, introduce yourself. Who are you? Where are you from? And what do you do?
Yes, thank you, Serena. My name is Chris Van. I am currently a student studying in Haze University of Applied Science. And my major for this whole bachelor is chemistry. And I'm currently studying Vlissingen.
Okay, and what made you choose to start your life in the Netherlands?
Yes, the first reason that made me choose Netherlands is the qualification of its education. It was worldwide recognition, and I also, after I finished my study in the Netherlands, I could also use the diploma to travel around the world to ask for a job all around the world, which is also recognized by worldwide. Then it's just such an better opportunity for me to study in Netherlands, and I also get to learn more about culture from approach, which is from European, and more on the other side. I could also interact with more people from different cultures, which is a nice, better thing compared to what I only learn in my if I'm still in Vietnam, and I only know people from my country, but here I could learn more about different cultures.
Right. Can you tell me about a specific thing you had never done before?
For me, specific things that I haven't done before is actually staying all by myself, which is I haven't done before compared to Vietnam. And yeah, mostly but now when I come here, I get to experience everything on my own, and everything I have to do on my own, mostly all of the daily stuffs, and also when I get sick, like or something happen, like I have to take care for myself, which is the thing that makes me grown up if I compare to if I'm still in my country. And more of that, I could learn more everything by myself, especially for school. And yes, that's the most important thing that I haven't done for myself if I'm still in Vietnam.
How old are you?
I'm actually 22.
22.
Yes.
How exciting!
Yes.
Tackling new challenges. Nice. Describe a situation in which you embraced a certain cultural aspect of the Netherlands, maybe the language and people.
Yes. For the language, Netherlands, we have a lot of Dutch people that speaks English really well, and I think the language is not such a big barrier if I study in Netherlands, because I've talked to many Dutch people, and most of them they speak English really well, so it's not a problem to me. Also with the culture, sometimes I understand that the Dutch people really approve their privacy, and compared to people from my country. So that's also a big culture shock, especially when how people observe things, Dutch people observe, and the mindset that they have compared to Vietnamese people. And when I come here, I get to understand them more of the culture, and I'm starting to open my mind more of how the thing of everything was think for individual compared to think for a community.
Mm,
Yes.
right, I understand. And describe a situation in which you were embarrassed or ashamed or felt uncomfortable.
Uh, I would say that the moments that I feel embarrassed, um, it would be one time I was in the classroom, and mostly in in Vietnam, like we usually call a professor something by showing the respect of the teacher. But here, I learned that in school, we always call the teacher by first name. So first, like I
Right.
call like a professor or something, and then like the teacher look at me like where I'm from. So it's that's the most embarrassed moment that I had in the Netherlands. Yeah.
Oh, funny. Describe a time when you felt stressed or overwhelmed, or maybe disconnected with people or culture, and how
Uh,
did you handle it?
yes. For me, I didn't have a disconnect between people. The only thing I was frustrated, I was stressed about was the healthcare for Netherlands, that is for international people. So one time I was really sick, that I was in like I need really medical help, and so every time people in Netherlands like you have to go GP, which is a home doctor for you, and I have my home doctor, but I try to call them, but then they all speak Dutch, so which is like a negative side, and because like you cannot call directly to them, like you have to press some of the numbers in order to directly into their service. So I didn't understand Dutch, so therefore I had to look for a friend that speaks Dutch, and he could help me in that. But however, like when we get into the phone line, the service, and the doctor seems like it didn't care if I was a patient or not. Like suddenly when I say I'm not, I didn't register for a patient yet, but already Jose registered me as a patient. Like in that case, I also need a medical help, and they should support me on that. But all they did was like, oh, if I'm not a register yet, we don't care, which is not the right thing to do when people are in need for help. You know, I understand in these circumstances that the workload is everybody's get sick because of COVID, and everywhere hospital doctors receive tons of patients. But I mean, like some of the patient that still need help, like student like us, we need help because we live alone. So sometimes like when we call, which means like we are in a serious like medical help, and we didn't know anything to do. It's not like I've also by myself. Like I bought some. I was coughing a lot, but I didn't have COVID. I was just coughing a lot, and it's mess. It was I couldn't sleep at night, and I had school for the week, so it's really bothering me. Like I cannot sleep at night because I have to wake up early in the morning for school. Then yeah, so I bought the pills to drink, but it didn't work. So in that case, I have to call the medical to help me more to give me a prescription. But yeah, I need to visit them, but it seems like they didn't help me much. But fortunately, that I got over by myself. So that's a good thing.
Mhm. Yeah, that's finally a good thing that you took some necessary steps to ensure that you feel better.
Yeah.
But yeah. And what's the biggest misconception the natives have about you? And why do they think that?
Can you repeat the question again?
Yeah. What's the biggest misconception the natives have about you? What do they think about you? What doesn't feel right?
I don't pretty sure how to approach that question of yours because I didn't ask how they think about me.
For example, as to me, they always think that, oh, this is like blonde lady, and she might be stupid, and they do not realize that I have like 2 university degrees. And then I open my mouth, they realize this, but at first sight, they think, oh, she's just, yeah, just
Mm.
nobody. Or maybe you have also something like this because you came from another country and you look different. I don't know if you have some situation when people think that you are like this, but you are not like this.
I think that because I'm still in a student housing and I live in like a student, yeah, like environment plus the school. So I guess like we're students, we're all the same. We shouldn't look at each other personality or like look at out the outside, the overlook of a people, and we judge. So which is not a good thing. But I don't know what they think about me, but yeah, I think like we're all students, so we're all equal. Like nobody, we're not officially like finished school yet, and everybody just have a part-time job. So I guess everybody's equal, and nobody has the right to judge other people based on how they look.
Yeah, right. So but do you ever feel judged or
No,
some other?
I just don't care. That's,
Yeah, it's good
yeah,
one.
I don't
Yeah.
care. I don't care about how. The only thing I care is how I enjoy myself in that situation.
So you are actually very open with the people around you.
Yeah, I'm open with everyone. Yeah, I would say that.
Nice. And tell me about one of your favorite experiences in the Netherlands.
Oh yes, one of my favorite experiences. I was in Enschede in Netherlands for let's say like 6 months ago, maybe like 8 months ago now. And first, I was really excited that I got into a people from the student association in University of Twente, which is a tennis club, Ludica, and I play tennis. I love tennis a lot, and yeah, the most important exciting thing is I joined the first tournament ever in my life in Ludica by the student organization, and after the tournament, I got to know more of Dutch people, and especially I got to know like the experience of how the tournament was like in Europe, and
Mhm.
to play against like so many better player than me, and I could learn more of that, and I guess that's the most uh, interesting experience that I had.
Is
Like,
there any difference with playing a tournament in Vietnam?
no, I haven't played a tournament in Vietnam.
It was your first one, yeah. But
Yes,
is
yes.
the system is the same? Do you know?
I think the in Vietnam we have the system is more the same, but the rating is a bit off because like players we don't rank we do not rank like efficiently in Vietnam, so therefore the rank is kind of mixed up. And
Mhm.
in order for let's say for a player to move forward, like mostly people there they play doubles, which I'm not really interested in doubles.
Mhm.
So yeah, I prefer singles more. So yeah.
Yeah, you're really a good single player also.
No, I need to improve more, but yeah, I really like singles.
Nice, yeah. And do you make friends here in the Netherlands? And who are your friends?
Yes, I do make friends in Netherlands. I make friends with Thomas. He's my housemate. Jobe, my roommate. We stay together, and also I had some friends in Enschede, and his name is Anand, and he's from India. And Jobe is a Dutch one, my Dutch friend that helped me through the medical assistant for me, and also yeah, Thomas was from Latvia.
And how many people you are living with in this house, student house?
Yes, for the exact number, I would say around 15. Yes, 15. I guess. Yeah, 15.
Wow. And which nationalities are these people?
Yes, we have Spain, we have Latvia, we have Lithuania, we have Dutch, uh,
Hmm.
Vietnam. Yeah, me, the only one Vietnam in the room.
Okay.
China. Uh, what else? Who else? I have to recall it again. Oh yeah, French. Yes, French. I
French,
suddenly forgot.
German, maybe? No.
Yeah, Germany, Germany. Yes, Germany.
And United States?
No,
No,
not US.
not.
US was US. I think I know two of them, but they were in the campus. They live somewhere else.
Hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And what are the qualities you like in Dutch people?
Yes. For the quality, I like Dutch people. They really straightforward, so they don't waste time. So that's a good thing. I like because if you don't like something or if you like something, just give your advice or just give your answer. So that will save time for, let's say we have a conversation, that will save much time for us to decide on something or to make a plan for the future, you know? Yes.
Mhm. Yeah. Tell me something about you really miss from your own culture.
Yes. I missed from my culture that is, I would say like my culture people, we tend to gather up a lot of times to have a coffee, a conversation in the morning. Like we usually have breakfast in the morning,
Nice.
and then because in my culture, the breakfast is very important, and we usually go out to eat breakfast together,
Mm.
and we have after the breakfast we usually have coffee. We sit outside the coffee store. Yeah, here is a coffee shop, is but in my culture is a coffee store is different. So where we have coffee and we sit down and then we enjoying the morning view, and then we just talk to each other about how the day is going to, which plan do you have for the day, and how is going to work in the business or school, and gives more interact with people. And the more, especially, I usually do that with my family and also with my friends. So I think that's the thing I missed the most in my culture.
How nice. Maybe you have to introduce this custom to the Netherlands.
Yeah, I see that the Netherlands mostly people eat breakfast at their home really fast, and then they go straight to work because time is really precious. Yes.
Yeah, but when you wake up very early in Vietnam.
I would say yes. We do wake up really early in Vietnam, so I would say around 6:30.
Wow.
Sometimes we wake up like if my parents go to work, they usually wake up around 5:30. Yeah.
Mm, right. It's very early here. Tell me about the biggest challenge you have had to deal with in the Netherlands.
Uh, the biggest challenge that I have to deal here is actually the self-discipline. That is the biggest challenge because um, in order to overcome this this like problem everywhere, like yes, I have to have a specific schedule to separate the time for me to study and the time for me to hang out with my friends, because it's really I would say it's really tempting because here you have a lot of fun, but if you just somehow misdirect for a few months, it will definitely show in your result how you study. I'm pretty sure of that. So therefore, you need to balance it out, and you have a strict schedule in order to keep up with the studies in Netherlands.
Yeah, I see you are very focused on how you could adapt successfully, and you are evaluating a new situation. And I think you are finding the support you need. So it's a good thing.
Yes.
Tell me about the toughest decision you had to make in the last 6 months.
Um, the toughest decisions, I would say that hmm, yes, I was thinking that I was choosing my idea, that career. So in the beginning, I was thinking that I want to study research, a research area, which is also as chemistry. But as far as I move forward into research, I felt like myself is not suitable for a research method. I
Mm,
couldn't sit still for 6 hours and research things for 2 sentences.
mm,
I prefer to be study applied science more, which is more of a practical course,
mhm,
and I'm really into that. So I did some research that has a University of Applied Science offer the bachelor course that is the same that I was looking for, which I want to continue my study if I don't go to research method. And I was having I was having everything planned in Enskede. Everything was planned, and everything was already on track. It's just I just only need 3 more years. Everything was on track. 3 more years to finish my degree up there, and I will get my research, finish my research bachelor. But yeah, I couldn't. I would say I couldn't make it because it wasn't right for me. So I have to decide that I have to abandon everything and move to a new city, which is Zealand, and to continue my study in Hase University of Applied Science. Yeah,
wow.
this is the toughest decision that I had throughout 6 months.
It's really a big decision, and I think it's good you made it because it will show for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Um, and describe a time when you applied for a job. How did it go?
Oh, I actually for apply for the job, I'm actually working part time at the restaurant. And I guess apply for the job. Working in a restaurant here is not that difficult. I would say mostly I've worked before, so I know how to create a CV. And
Mhm.
most of the restaurant here, they always have the contact session. And in order for me to find a job, I would send them my CV through their contact information and ask if they are open for some position. And yeah, I'm luckily that the place where I work was still open for a position. So apply in, and I got the job.
And how did your interview go?
Yes, it went really nice. I got to know more about the details of how the working assessment is like, and the environment was really amazing, which always free food at the end of my shift.
So you every day you eat sushi?
Yes,
Oh,
I would say that. Not every day, every time I work, because I don't
every
eat
time you
every.
work, you can take it with you to your student house?
Yes,
Oh, so maybe
I mean,
everybody is now
like
enjoying your food at the
no,
student house.
if I don't eat there, then I would bring home the part for myself, and I could share with my
Oh,
friends. But otherwise, I would just eat in the restaurant.
okay, I like sushi. It's nice.
Yeah.
And what's the biggest goal you have achieved here?
The biggest goals I have achieved here, I would say that I feel myself that I have become more a more of a self independent more. And
Mhm.
yes, I would love to be self independent also in the financial, but unfortunately, I couldn't do that at the moment. But for the mentally and for the lifestyle, I would say I'm independent on my own. Yes, I would love to do more, but I guess like not right now because like we are all students. I'm student, and the financial here right now is really difficult and it's really heavy. So I still need some help from my parents, which is the great thing that they still there for me. I learned that most European people when they turn 18, okay, you have to be on your own. You have to be financial independent, and yeah, you have to find yourself a place in the society. Yes.
And do you have any brothers or sisters?
No, I only have myself.
Oh, okay, okay. You're the only child.
Yeah.
Hmm. And what is your vision for future?
What is my reason for future?
Vision. What is your vision for future?
Oh yes, my vision for the future is I'm planning to when I finish my bachelor here, I'm planning to work here for 4 years, or 4 years, or maybe minimum 5 years, and then I would probably apply for a job in the U.S. My goal is to go back to the United States. Yeah, to work there. That's
But
my.
why choose the US? You don't want to stay here?
I choose the U.S. is because I think I has offer more for me, uh, which suitables me more, and also my family was is in the U.S. My not my parents, but my grandmas. Yeah, mostly in the U.S. So I think I will go back probably after 5 years I work here.
That's why you speak so good English.
Yes, I was in the U.S. for 4 years from my high school.
Okay, nice. Did you like it there?
Yes, I did like it in the U.S. Yes,
And where is it? Where was it?
I was in Santa Ana, California.
Okay, California. I like California. Yeah,
Yes.
I was in San Francisco.
Oh yes, that's just the I think it's the north side, I guess, of Cali. Yes, it's the Golden Gate Bridge area, which
Mhm.
my Santa Ana is near Los Angeles. See.
Okay, okay. I've also been in Los Angeles,
Oh yes,
so it's also a great place to visit.
yes,
Yeah, but if you have your grandmother, it's a very good chance for you to stay there and maybe to find a good job there after your study.
yes, yes. Yeah, that's for the future, and I hope I can success that in that way.
Yeah.
But maybe in some years that the plan could have changed. Like the lifestyle, the way of thinking, and the work that I'm having at the moment. Maybe it could affect on those decisions that I'm saying right now. But
Mm.
yeah, we shall wait. See.
Yeah, or maybe you will meet a nice girl and you will stay here. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Who
And
knows?
I have a couple of questions about learning a new language. So, firstly, you need to learn Dutch. And why is it so important, you think, to learn a new language quickly?
It's important to learn a new language in order to approach the culture, in order to blend in with the society. To study more about the society, you have to learn the language. It's important in order to interact with Dutch people, to show that you appreciate the culture and you're able to communicate uh, efficiently to the conversation that they're having. So you get to understand and enjoy the moments that they're talking with, also with you or with friends. So you don't want to be left out. I would say that.
Hmm, good answer. And what is the one most important thing to you in how to learn a new language?
The most important thing of learning a new language is the motivation. You need to have a goal, and you need to have a motivation in order to learn a new language. Because with I believe without two of that important aspect, you wouldn't be able to learn a new language. Without, you need to have a goal, like where you want to go, or where do you want to uh, study a new language, and what it's like. How do you want to speak fluently and to write efficiently in Dutch, and also you need to have a motivation to study all of that. Everybody needs to have motivation to learn a new thing. If you don't like it, you just study because it's fun. Everybody study it, or you're in Dutch and you just have to study. You will not be able to have a good level of Dutch speaking, I would say. And yeah, therefore you need two of the aspect to finish the to study a language. That's for me what I think.
And what's your motivation?
My motivation to study for the Dutch language is to communicate with Dutch people, and especially if I, for the future, I want to work here. So I need to study Dutch in order to speak Dutch. So right now I only have two languages that I know how to speak. So I want to, right now I'm here and I'm planning to work in Netherlands. So I need one more language, and I have the motivation to study Dutch in order to work.
Hmm. Yeah, it's a very good motivation. And what's the biggest challenge when it comes to learning a new language?
Yes, the biggest challenge for me to learn the new language is the sound of the word, and also the grammar thing. I think the difficult part are the the sound and the grammar in every language, because you can learn a sentence. You can say it again, a sentence or a word, but it will not be in your head for such a long time. And if you don't have the grammatical thing, then you wouldn't put in the sentence correctly.
Right. And if you want to study Dutch, how would you search for a course?
If I would study Dutch, I would say either I would search online for the course, or because Haze University offer a language course, which is also Dutch in there. So I would say either I'm gonna, if I have time, because this year I'm really busy with my school. So I'm hoping next year it would be uh, more breathable of a schedule, or and in the summer I have more free time. Then I would say I would take a Dutch course. Yes.
And how do you feel about learning a new language online via Zoom or Skype or Teams?
Learning a language online, I would prefer, for me, I would prefer to learn everything face to face more, which is more approaching of a student and teacher. That is what I prefer more. Learning online could also be a good uh, way to study, but for me, mostly I usually have to record the session again in order for me to look over if I don't understand some part of the assignment. Then it could also work, but I prefer face to face more.
Mm, right. It's very important to find a good teacher and a course method that suits you, because there are people who are visual or audio visual, and each type requires a different course. So, and after all, there are video courses with teacher, live courses in a classroom, or video courses without a teacher. And there are thousands of providers on the internet, both free of charge or for a great deal of money. So that's why it's a big task to see which course is right for you and to find the right one. We are almost at the end of our interview. What's the most interesting thing about you that's not mentioned before? Maybe tell me something unique about you.
Oh yes, for me, I would say interesting that I'm very open, as you're saying. So yeah, most people just feel free to share with me the situation that they are having, or like the fun part that they are having. I'm very open. Sometimes if it's like a close friend to me, I would also sometimes like make a joke about it. But like we're close friends, so we know each other personality. And or if it's like friend that I recently know, I will sit down and listen to them, or and they have problem open, or I'm very give them advice that based on what I think, and I could also ask them to. I could also share back with them what I have experienced before if they have the same problem as me. And yeah, I would say the unique part that I have is I'm very open. Yes.
Yeah, it's amazing, amazing quality, I think.
Yes.
And so my advice when studying foreign languages would be don't strive for perfection, but strive for passion and commit to your dream. Just enjoy the journey with languages and new culture and new people, and you will be amazed by how easy it can be to connect with other people. I have my passion for language as well as my presence and a lot of patience for my students. And I'm a creative language expert, and I will help you to achieve results very quickly and with pleasure. If you have people in your network who fit the profile of my ideal customer, so let me know.
Sure.
and I could talk to them, and maybe you can recommend me.
Yes.
So I have also written a book. The name of my book is 20 Brilliant Ways to Survive and Thrive in a Foreign Country. A New Language is a New Life.
Yes.
So in this book, I show all my secrets of being successful in a new country, so that people could avoid all my mistakes. So actually, I'm here to help all newcomers. And actually, I started writing this book for you and ended up writing it for myself, because I understand that you have everything you need inside you to accomplish your dream. And I am just honored I can support people like you and to play a role in the life of newcomers.
Yes.
So if you are interested, you can get my book. And for now, so see you soon. Good luck.
Yes.
Hasta
Thank
la
you,
vista.
Sarina.
До свидания. Tot
Hasta luego.
ziens.
Yes.
Bye.
Thank you, Sarina. Bye.
Bye.